she is. The old book off. Come on, book off. It's been what, 6 months? Better pay off. Parking lot was full, so there'll be some movies. Alright. So I'm gonna go through here, be in here for a bit. If I find any of these things, I will let you know. At least anything I want to take home. Oh, sorry, excuse me. Good old book off prices. And we got another one of these bad boys. Rightly priced though, pretty much what it's running. So, good thing I already have one for less. That's pretty good. I'm still in the A's, so we're gonna be here a bit. Nope.
Customer number 6055, we have finished evaluating your items. Please come to front.
Man, if you got this, definitely hold on to that. That's a lot. It's a little bit too much, but yeah, it's gonna stay right there. Wow. I'm up to the D's. That's some pretty good stuff. Well, Death Machine I already have. This Double Dog is too much. Demonic Toys I already have. It's good. Dead Snow 2. Dead Next Door. Double Bat. But one thing I caught I'm slipping on the D's. Detroit Rock City for $9. This is definitely more than $9. So this one might just come home for a trade because I have it, but it's worth more than triple this. So definitely maybe another out of print one, but too close to the right price. So we're gonna wait. We're gonna wait on Dick. Oh, Dick today. Went from super rare to super common. Just like that. That's why you don't overpay for these movies, because they get re-released all the time. But yeah, if you really need it, you do it, but not like this one. So hopefully nobody took a fall on paying full price. Fun to see it, but way too much. But cool that it's here. M&S is still going. We're almost done. Great cover. I'm just bouncing around the store now, and I found this cool Puppet Master box set. I need to get a couple of missing pieces from that. It would be nice if I could have just took out the ones I wanted, but yeah, I wasn't going to be able to break it up. Little furry or fuzzy Brady Bunch box set thing, Dark Shadows Coffin. There's new stuff at least over here that wasn't here the last time, so it was at least worth checking. They always got a little horror pocket of DVDs, so I like to kind of just go through and see what they've got. For whatever reason though, they do charge a lot for their, I would say, rare DVDs, but the more obscure ones, you know, they don't put them down for $5. I've seen some in here for 50. I don't know why. Some that aren't even worth it. There's some good titles though. You know, just wasn't really needing any of these ones. It'd be nice if they did this for horror at this location. Back now where I live, they actually do have the Blu-ray separated. You know, the horror at least ones in a separate pocket, just like the DVDs. I don't know why they don't do that here. It would make sense since that particular genre sells well. They do it for the DVDs, so come on guys, do it for the blues. There's some, let's see here, we got some pumpkin heads, part 2, okay. I mean, there's things, I mean, if I was just looking to flip, I definitely could have brought home a couple of more movies. But I was again focused on just a collection today. Just a collection titles, things I want for, me. Only one or two maybe to do something with, but I didn't want to go too crazy. I mean, this whole thing is just DVDs. So I'm going to look through again. I've looked at them a million times. But
Hilarious. Snapper DVD is 12 and Blu-ray that's even harder to find is 9. So go figure. Good old book off. Good old book off. Ooh, that's a fun one right there. Let's see what. Yeah. Too much. Cool though, nevertheless. I'm on the TV, of course, looking for my missing pieces. Unfortunately, there's no eastbounds. Barely any E's, so it's pretty quick and easy. But it's what it is. Can't win them all. But I did find some movies, so we're gonna go with that. Some out of prints, some good prices. I don't see anything on the new rack that I need, so yeah. The Blu-rays, already went through all of it. Both sides, picked out a couple, left a few others. So I'll show you, of course, later on, but probably a little longer. Might take a look at a couple more things, but I think I'm good. Think I'm good. Just like normal book off though, overpriced and underpriced. Couple right on top or right on point, but for the most part, it was a win. It was a win. Well, I'll let you be the judge of that. Here we go.
Oh no, I'm talking about Jesus, not Jimmy. Oh, Jesus is the one that buys all things. No. Oh, on PS5, look at that.
Yeah, they kind of after 360 era.
yeah, I'm not done. I actually come back and look at more because I had more time, and I was like, you know what, there's probably a couple of things I overlooked, and I didn't stay focused on the second side of on the other wall, and I'm like, yeah, let me go back, because that's what I always do. You get tired looking at movies, your eyes start to blur titles, and you go too quick maybe, and then you start second guessing, did I look over there? And so to be safe, yeah, second trip, and I'm glad I went back, because I did find a few more movies that I had overlooked, single titles that just blended in, that again, just when I was panning and scanning, or maybe filming or doing whatever, I missed. So I was able to accumulate another 5 or 6, I think. But while I was here, I said, why not? Let's just take a few more shots and see some more movies. Take a peek. Here we go.
Early shift, different please, early shift, thank you.
As you can hear, the store is really loud. People are just having conversations everywhere. So you can really, if you like to people watch, just come and look at movies and just listen. You're going to hear some funny stuff every now and then in these types of places. Today, I don't think I did, but nevertheless, just on and popping, people everywhere, people shopping for physical media, which I love to hear and see. And I'm one of them. So let's keep looking at movies. I'm still looking around. I don't think I saw this yesterday because I would have picked it up. Ransom. I've been looking for you, and it's at the right kind of price. Ooh, I like it. This one's hard to find, and for $5, yes, yes. Let's see what else I can find in here. What else did I overlook? Glad I came back. Glad I came back. Let's keep going. Let's keep looking at movies.
This guy gotta be crazy. They have it for 95 on one. I'll put that down. And then 3 right here. $9. 7, 9. So 9, 7, 9, and then a 95 one. I wonder which one to take. If I was to take it. That's crazy. That's crazy.
All right, almost done for sure. I'm just going through the glass cases, see if there's anything cool. There's stuff. There's stuff, but either already have it or don't want it or don't want to spend money on it. Overpriced items. That's what this place is known for. As you can see, a few that I pulled out today. With the prices they have, I have no idea who's doing that, but in here they're usually spot on. For the most part, at least what they're going for online on the high end. I don't know if they're like completed prices, but at least what people are asking on the higher end. I didn't see anything I wanted. There's some cool toys, I guess. Like, what's it? It's all right. This would come home, but again, I didn't want to spend the money on that. Looking for more just media today than old retro Predator toys. Cool though. The anime stuff, they have a lot of it in here. It's just filled, but I don't need it. I don't collect it. I'm not looking to resell or flip it. I wouldn't even know if this stuff is priced right. It would take me even more time to sit here and research it. So I'm going to leave this for the professional. You know who you are. And people that are into this kind of thing. I'm going to stick to my genres. Raunchy comedies and horror. That's my thing. And music for $5. Yeah, I'll take this all day. Hey, what's up, everyone? All right, I am ready to end it. The series, part 3. This wasn't really a series, but I went home hunting. Went to 3 different spots. This is the 3rd spot. And I'll be back to my regular scheduled programming in my local area soon enough. Technically, I already have a couple of movies that I picked up the other night because my daughter had a concert. Had to kill some time. So I went up to, of course, Zia, one I haven't been to in a while, and found a couple of titles. Had to leave some, but picked up 5 good ones. At least I think 5 good ones. But today, we're going to show you what I brought home from the San Diego Book Off. Another spot if you're in San Diego, California, looking for movies. Besides the swap meet, besides Reanimated Records, the Book Off. Tons of Blu-rays, tons of DVDs. Not very VHS friendly, so you can not really count on that. But they've got tons of other things besides books and toys. I think music probably as well, maybe. I think I've seen vinyl at least there, but I can't recall what else. I'm there for the movies, so. But if you're looking for that, they got tons of Blu-rays, as you can see. I took as much as I could of the shelves, took out some of the titles, stuff like that. They're crazy prices. Sometimes spot on, sometimes out of their mind. Sometimes, caught them looking. So, if you catch them, with them crazy price, what, they'll put, I don't know, like $40, $50 movies for $3, $5, $8, all over. But then they'll put like a $10 movie for $50. I don't even know. I think I found one example on this one. If I'm not mistaken, I think I found No Country for Old Men. Like one copy was listed for like what, 95, and they had one in there for like $9. So I don't even know. The Book Off gets crazy with the price guy. I'm guessing they're talking while he's doing it, and because they have old school price goods and they're just pulling off the wrong labels and putting it on the wrong movies. I don't know. It's fun though because you just have tons to shop and look for. So good stuff. First one, my best friend's wedding. I didn't have this Blu-ray, and it's good. I like singing the song and stuff, and in the movie, where they're in the restaurant. But anyways, yeah, my best friend's wedding. I picked this up, upgraded it. Why not? Another great deal. Stealing Harvard. Another one I guess I didn't have the Blu-ray. I have a DVD, so I upgraded it. A little bit harder to find Blu-ray, I guess. Main reason I picked up a lot of these because they were cheap on the low end when I looked them up because I didn't have them. So that was the first thing. Oh, I don't have it. Is it good at price? Yeah, because if I pay, if I go online or something, I'm going to pay double, triple. So once it met all the criteria, it stayed in the pile. Stealing Harvard, it was one and came home. And then I gotta want the movie. I gotta want to watch it again, upgrade it, like it enough for that stuff. So, the perfect example right here. Disconnect. Had the DVD after a recommendation. Ended up loving the movie. Liking it enough to at least want to upgrade it. And finally found this. They reduced it. When I was there last year, it was like $17, and it went down to I think $8.99. If I'm not mistaken, it was like $17.99, so it went down to $8.99. So I picked it up because I don't really see this out here either on the Blu-ray for some reason. When I'm hunting around here, so grab that. Before I know it, that'll be even hard to find and can't pick up. Let's see what the next three are here. As Good as It Gets. Oh, perfect. I left some of the. So this one was $5. I left some of the tags on. This one's like the French or Canadian, whatever. I can't even pronounce that. I'm not even going to try today. As Good as It Gets. A little tired, a little late. So, oh yes, Big Mama's House 3-pack collection. I only have Like Father, Like Son, so I'm gonna probably just trade that in or do something and keep it on this. So, but I got part 1 and part 2 finally. I never find part 1 and part 2 anymore. Totally out of print. And then the last night when I was hunting on that, impromptu one, I came across part 2 on the single. I didn't pick it up because I didn't need it, but it was like $9, $10. So it was a good deal. If I was to have grabbed it, but I would much rather just as perfect, all three together. So Big Mama's House, 1, 2, and 3, right? Yeah, that's what it was. And then Cross My Heart, Pure Luck, double pack. I kind of missed this opportunity a while back where it was like $4.99, under $5. It ended up being $8.99 now because it's out of print per se. Like, you can't find it on anymore. At least I can't. So I had to pay a couple more dollars on this because I waited, a year, which was fine. Still under $10. I liked it enough, for pure luck. That's the main reason I grabbed it. I remember watching this movie, I think in the theater, if I'm not mistaken. Weird chemistry, Danny Glover and Martin Short. You gotta watch it. It's just a good one. I don't remember Cross My Heart at all, so that's gonna feel like a new movie. Mind Warp, the Twilight Time. I've been finding Twilight Times all over the place now. Mind Warp. This was probably the most expensive movie I picked up. I think this was the $15 one. I really just want. I don't even remember if I've even seen it. It looks awesome though. Who did it have? Bruce Campbell. That was the other reason. I'm like, if Bruce Campbell's in this and the way, I'll do justice if you can check that out right there. Tell me, guys, is this a good one? Mind Warp. I can't remember. It reads very well, the synopsis. So, Bruce Campbell, hello. So I'm hoping. It says it's like a horror adventure, post-apocalyptic gore fest. I'm like, what? Eye gouging, blood spurting nastiness. I was like, please, come home. So Mind Warp. And it was definitely worth the $15 it looked like. Online it was like double, almost triple, I think. Finally going to give this a shot again. I don't remember what happened. I had this before. Then traded it in. Got it again. I don't even know what happened to it. I guess I traded it in another time. So, third time's a charm. Uh, the dorm that drips blood from Synapse. I think the first time I had to trade it in is because I had played it on a player that was it just didn't work. And then the second one, I can't remember if I had the same issue. So I'm hoping this time, because I have a different player altogether, so I'm hoping it was just that. Watch, it's going to be the same movie the first time I had the issue with, but I'm hoping not. Let's hope for good luck. Fun, like, horror movie. It's nothing like crazy or over the top or nothing. Christmas time, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they're on Christmas Eve, Christmas vacation, or whatever, so. The Dorm to Drip Blood. I know the DVD always works in that too. So either way, I'm going to keep it because the DVD works. I remember it working on the first 3 or 2 discs I had, so, or times that I got it. Death Stop Holocaust. No idea. This looks just fun and stupid. A roller coaster ride of terror. Nothing about it. Whatever. Give it a shot. Was it fresh meat? I've had some okay luck with the fresh meats. I think I have like a Sasha Grey title, the fresh meat. Oh yeah, this was a good one. Ransom for 5. I was like, are you kidding me? I've been looking for Ransom on Blu-ray for a long time. I have I know I have the old copies of it, but it's out of print. You can't just order it, I guess, through anywhere. For a good cheap price like $5. And I was like, this will offset paying a little bit more for some of these other movies. So I was so happy to find this. I would have put movies back if I had to. I would have definitely brought home Ransom. It's a good like thriller with Mel Gibson, Gary Sinise, if you haven't seen it. I think it's from the 90s. I think it's from the 90s, right? Yeah. I know it's been a while. So Linkin Park, $5. What one is this one? Road to Revolution. I know it's a concert live at Milton Kevins? Milton Kevins? I don't even know where. So I don't know where this concert is, but or the I don't think there's not videos. It looks like it's like a live show stuff. Filmed at the National Bowl, June 29, 2008. So maybe that's the country? I don't even know. Anyways, for the $5, I was like, this has got to come home. My wife will love this. We're going to watch it together. Linkin Park. So, music Blu-rays definitely hold their value as well. Especially a good one like that. I don't want to get too deep with it, but, because of who's on it, who's playing on it. Finally, the clearance rack. They moved the clearance rack to the, excuse me, to the corner. So I had to go hunting. I had to ask the person, where's your clearance? You guys used to have clearance. Oh yeah, they're over here. So she walked me over. Mean Streets, $3. I was like, there wasn't really much. There was a lot of just like Iron Man 2s and like, what else? Like really basic titles, but this is one that stood out. Mean Streets I didn't have, and it was a good movie, and definitely for $3, I was going to take that one. I think we're down to the final 4. And I'm really happy with, I'm happy with all of them, but good deals. Philadelphia, they reduced, because they have a 4K, I realized. So I think what they might have been smart enough to do is go down and, because $8.99 was good, because the 4K is only like $16.99, $17.99, $18.99 or something like that for Philadelphia. And I was like, you know what? I was debating on this, but I was like, I like the Twilight Time series version, and it's one that I remember seeing this for like $50 before, or $45 or something like that. Crazy price. So I'm like, you know what? Finally, if I can just get this for the reduced, it's kind of like makes me feel like I don't know. I think I accomplished something, but I have the movie finally. So, the Newton Boys. So happy to finally find the Newton. This was like second to, I don't know, this might be with Ransom. Ransom and Newton Boys were both like, yes, finally the Newton Boys. I didn't even know it's had a Blu-ray for a while, and because I don't even know where my DVD is, to be honest. I have like a Blockbuster rental one, I think. And when I found this, I was like on the spine. I was like, oh my god! Yes, the Newton Boys. So grab that. And then Detroit Rock City. This is one I did have already, but I didn't want to leave it. Just good. If this was Airheads, oh boy, would have been so much more happier. But this is still nonetheless a hard to find one and a good music movie. You know, I have a plan for this one. I think, but Detroit Rock City, definitely a good one. So, and my final one, and the cheapest one of the day. This is like it's a mod. It's movie on demand, but I didn't care for the $2. I was like, I'm gonna give it a shot and see if it's any good. You know, it looks okay in the back, and who knows. But Anthropophagus 2. So I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what this one's gonna be? Yeah, can an adventure turn into the worst nightmare ever? So, I'm gonna give it a shot. But Anthropophagus 2 is the one, and also was with where Mean Streets was in the clearance rack, just by itself, just sitting there. And probably because it's a movie on demand, you know, is the reason up to Blu-ray disc versus a Blu-ray disc. You know, where they actually write like Blu-ray disc on the top or the spines, or on the actual disc itself, or I don't think I can get can't really get like the bottom as well as I want to on here, but you can just tell the way that they print these differently, I guess. At least that's in my experience is what I've noticed. The discs are different. And of course, the writing of Blu-ray on the spine. Like, different stuff like that. But anyways, just cheap, good, fun, all over the spectrum types of films, you know, from horror, some comedy, some thrillers, some music, some drama, as good as it gets. So, all over. I was just picking them. And I know I left titles, you know, but I was happy again with all. You know, that's all that matters. It's my movies, my haul, right? Not doing anything else with them, but watching them. And with that said, I'm going out tomorrow and looking for more. No, I maybe not. I am going to go back through. I'm finishing up sorting my collection from the boxes so I can keep them in a different area since it's so hot here. Just don't want them to be destroyed. And if I have time, I am going to go to one, maybe two places to check something. But until then, we'll be back soon. Because like I said, I have another pile right over there that I'll get to soon. That's it. Later.